Good evening, folks. This is Colin from Kincaid Outdoors. I'm sorry about the little graininess of my live stream, but I'm not going to be able to reach the light right now, but it's up there. Little recap of what I did over the weekend, and some more talk about the upcoming flea market challenge, which I have at the first weekend of next month at the Cheer County Flea Market, and where I'm going to be building a bug out bag for $100, and one of my subscribers will be winning that self-same bug out bag. We're going to be seeing how that works, and get some suggestions from you guys and see what I can find to complete a bug out bag for $100. Now, last year I competed against Herbert T. Outdoors, Dan, and my son, and I came in last place. I was walking just a little bit better than I am now, but not by much. I still got a month to go till that time, so I'll be going for 2 days. Hopefully my walking will get a little better. I did walk half a mile today. Saturday at the Renaissance Fair, so that give myself some credit for that. As of right now, I'm looking forward to spending a couple of days there camping, as well as getting everything set up to build the bug out bag that I'm planning on doing. Hey, Molly. Hey, Jason. Glad you can make it. Ground Fog, Rob, King, thank you for coming, for all of you. I really appreciate it. Sorry if I sound a little hoarse. It's just one of those things. I hope you guys had a good trip over at your get-together, Molly and Jason. I look forward to seeing more stuff about it. How you doing, Daniel? How you doing, Tiffany? Glad you can make it. As I was saying, just a small recap on the Renaissance Fair thing that came up. That was the thumbnail that one of the local newspapers took, and apparently I made the top headline picture for their stream on that one. So I think that was pretty cool. While I didn't win the costume contest, I did come in second place, so I definitely had fun, just like Molly and Jason did. I met a lot of friends I hadn't seen in a couple years, and made some connections. Made a possible sale on one of my bows, that my new Deer Seeker recurve bow, which is up here, and for some silver of all things. So I'm gonna have to do some research and find out, make sure what he said and what I said are two different things, because the bow is $104. And he wants to pay me in silver bars. So I got to figure out how many silver bars I would need to get in order to have him purchase it for me. So that's going to be an interesting thing, crossing my palm with silver. The bow itself wasn't expensive, but I just like having enough to make sure I can afford to buy another one for myself, because I was planning on using that one for my bow fishing bow. But I can use my Semic Sage for the same exact thing, because that's what it's based off anyway. Now, if anybody's interested in what that bow is, I will be posting a link in the chat, as well as down below, where you guys can try to purchase it yourself, because they do come in all shapes and sizes, from 30 pounds all the way up to 60 pounds, left or right-handed, on Amazon. So if you guys want to know more about it, please let me know, and I will get to that as soon as I am physically able to. Now, it may not seem like much to you guys, but I actually walked. Sorry, I was looking up the link. Oh, you are such a fibber there, Rob. Um, I actually walked just over a half a mile, and it may not seem like much to you guys, but that was my biggest accomplishment so far since my surgery at the end of February. Um, I didn't walk very fast. I did have a cane. Oh, I didn't use my modern cane. I did have a medieval style shillelagh, as I called it, that I used, which worked great. Um, I did have to sit down quite a bit. I got to see some really cool things. I did win a nice little prize at the contest. It wasn't money or anything, but I think it was pretty cool. Um, One of the main things that first I won was a iridescent rose, which I gave to Jenny. It's sitting over there. Um, Jenny's in the restroom right now, so if she can do this, hey hon, when you're done going to the bathroom, can you bring me your rose so I could show people? Okay, thank you. Jenny's not feeling so great. She kind of tweaked her back and she's on some medication right now. But I was able to win. I know it looks like a Happy Meal. Nice little box. And I won some really cool things, I guess. Or at least I think they're cool. Yeah. Some of them are kind of cheesy. Some of them aren't. But it's a Ren Fair. So, a nice little. I guess that one's more of a Welsh dragon, I kind of think, or a English dragon. I got a nice little silk pouch here. Well, not exactly silk, more felt, with a little Ren Fair token. I know it's not much, but I think it's kind of cool from the Ames Renaissance Fair. And a couple really cool looking stones. Here's one of them that Jenny likes. So she's going to get that later. And this one here, which is like really cool. I'm sure that someone would probably be able to tell me what this pink stone is. I'm sure Jenny probably could if she looked at it. You didn't like the pink one. You liked the other one, love? The stones that I got. Okay. I don't know what they are, so you're going to have to tell me. Rose quartz? Okay. Okay, that's what Rob said too. They also gave me like a little sticker, which I'm probably going to end up putting on my computer. So I got a couple another dragon. I think that's kind of cool. I know it's kind of childish, but I don't care. What? Okay, what was the stones you said the green one was, hon?
I don't know. I'm trying to pull up my rock identifier so I can tell you.
Okay. I also got some. I think these are plastic little gems, but it comes in a really cool looking bag.
Rock identifier. Let me see it.
Okay, can I see it? Yeah, they're in here.
Can you take them out for me?
Well, I'm kind of busy on my live here, hun.
You want me to find out what they are? I will.
Well, Rob says here's that green one. That he says like he said like you that this is rose quartz. So there you go. I'm not sure what I'm planning on doing with the rose quartz, but because Jenny doesn't like pink. And I got a whole little small bag of these little plastic gems. Which
it's a bloodstone.
Oh, it's a bloodstone?
Yep.
Is that good?
Chalcedony.
Chalcedony?
Chalcedony.
Chalcedony. Oh, I guess I could send it to you there, Molly, if you like it.
I thought it was mine.
Well, I thought you didn't want it.
No. I said I didn't want the pink one.
That's the one I'm talking about. She wants the pink one.
Oh.
You get the chalcedony. She wants the rose quartz.
It's made of green jasper and hematite.
Okay. So a magnetic material. What did I do with it? I lost it. Where'd it go? Where'd it go?
Oh, as a birthstone, it's associated with the month of March.
Oh, okay. I dropped it. Oh, I put it in here. That's why. Okay. So I'll find a way to get you this one here, Molly. Here you go, love. Here's your chalcedony. I also got this came with it, which I think is really pretty. It's iridescent. It's kind of hard to tell, but these are all translucent petals and leaves. That was actually sticking out of the box. Daniel says hi, hon. Hi. She says hi, Daniel. She's laying down. But you get that rose quartz there, Molly. You're not getting my dragon. Now, the last thing, let me put my other dragon back in here. Last thing I got, for those people who are D&D nerds like myself, I got some D&D dice. I believe these might be from Dwarven Forge, which is a local business here in town, in Des Moines. See, there's natural 20 right there. I haven't done anything with these yet. These are actually the first time I've actually really had them out. But I like the green. You know, the little pouch is really cool. Looks like a little forest. Okay, that's kind of cool. That's all there is. I mean, it's not much, but I'm okay with that. This is Jenny. I gave this to Jenny, like I said. I think it's kind of pretty. Like I said, it's kind of hard to tell. Give me a second. I got an idea. I don't know if this will work. Well, I'm sorry about the. We're gonna get this thing to work here. It is really iridescent. It just glows. That can really make it do anything better than that. But that's that's it for. I mean, that's Jenny's. Like I said, make sure she gets that back. It's not much, but it's cool. But I was doing some. There was a lot of stuff that was going on. They had axe throwing, they had knife throwing, they had sword fights everywhere. There wasn't exactly in a joust or anything like that because it's a really small fair. A lot of musical acts, lots of musical acts, comedic acts, belly dancing, the costume contest, obviously, costumers and jewelers and stuff, all kinds of stuff. I won't break it, Daniel. But I had fun. I had a lot of friends worried about me because they knew I wasn't moving very well, but they were glad to see me, which is really cool. I got an offer on one of my bows, and that was the Deer Seeker bow, which I just posted a link to. He offered me silver for it, silver bars, no less. Well, the thing is, I had to make sure I got the right amount of silver bars because I found out that silver is going for like $32 an ounce. my bow costs $104, so I got to make sure I get 4 bars at least, unless I'm wrong. So Phil could correct me what the price of silver at the moment, and $104 or so would be the best of. So I'm not sure about what that would be. Okay, well, according to this, it's $32.63 an ounce. And I see 104. Okay, I froze up. That's not good. I froze up. Sorry about that, folks. Just a little over 3 bars. Is it 38? 36? I thought it was 32. Okay. Just wanted to make sure I had the right one. So, but it cost me about $104. So it's just a hair over 3 bars. So if he gives me 4 bars, I'll be happy. Because it cost me about, it's 89.98, I think. Give me a second here. Where did it? $89.90 plus shipping. Let me see if that's still the same. I don't know. Oh, actually, it's actually just under that, like 96.19. Okay, cool. Legos are good. Yeah, I understand. That's why I was thinking about getting it in silver. Because right now it's 96.19, which, to purchase the bow, repurchase the bow. So let me do something here. Yeah, 3 bars would be perfect. Yep, just about perfect. So, like I said, it won't be much to cost buy me another one. I plan on buying another one of those in the future for another future giveaway, because I think they're really good bows. Um, they're just copies of a copy of a Samick Sage, which I really really love my Samick Sage. So takedown bows. It's got the thumb screws, bolts and stuff, just like my Samick Sage. So it's a really really good bow. If anybody wants to see that bow, let me know. Um, I will be looking for a bow possibly at the flea market, but I can't guarantee I'm going to find one and still have enough money to purchase everything else. But that'll be somewhere in the back of my mind. I hope to find one. Now, I probably won't be going very long tonight because I'm tired, but I will do my best. If anybody wants to come up, you're more than welcome to. You don't have to, but the link is there if you want to come up. I'm trying to figure out the best items that I need to be able to acquire with the money I have for the challenge and make it the best one I can get. I mean, last year I put it in one for Jenny. I got some really nice items for her. And I mean, I just haven't had a chance to get everything put together. I've since upgraded her gear to a better backpack, better, you know, mess kit, better filter, that kind of thing. But yeah, I'll see what I can do. It's a good idea, Daniel. Um, now, what? Okay, in a bug out bag, what would you guys want to see? Molly, Rob, King, Groundhog. What do you guys want to see? Daniel, what would you like to see? I mean, I can't guarantee what the bag's going to be because it's all going to be completely random. It's also going to be what I can afford to try for the lowest price. Okay, cool. That'd be pretty cool there, Rob. I'd like to see that. I just my Olight is the one I got. It's a replacement for the one I got from uh, Poxit Outdoors Cliff, and this is my Olight, and it is a sorry. Let me turn around. You can read it. Yeah, my hand is in the way. This one is the I3T EOS. It's a simple little. It runs off a AAA battery. I like it because I can either attach it to my hat, stuff like that. I have a little bit of a thing against rechargeables, especially if you're in the middle of the woods. Because I'm always afraid that my rechargeable something will die on me in the middle when I need it most, and I won't be able to have light. So that's why I would prefer having batteries. I can just pull out a battery, put a new one in, I'm still good. Well, that's cool. Good to know. I've never seen one, but I'd like to see it. Okay, good. A waterproof liner. That's a good idea. I will see what I can find, like a dry bag or something like that. That's going to be tough, but I can see what I can do. Some kind of pack cover, maybe, if I can find one of those. Um, if I could find a backpack with a back rain cover, rain, whatever, I would love to do that. I'll see what I can do. Um, I am going to go slow because I can't guarantee what my speed is. Could be 3 weeks from now because it's literally, oh man, sorry, a little over 2 weeks from now. Because I'll be heading off there on either Thursday, Friday to the campsite and going to the flea market site on Saturday morning when they open up. So I'm going to find a bag. I'm going to find some kind of illumination, whether it be a lantern or flashlight, some kind of cutting tool, some cordage, some kind, either tarp or tent, give or take what I can acquire, some kind of container to hold water in, some kind of cooking apparatus. Um, my ideal would be to find some kind of flash drive that I could get, because I'm a firm believer in critical information, being stored on like a flash drive, because you never know when you might need something like that to keep your personal documents secure. Okay, nothing wrong with that there, Daniel. That's kind of cool. How many subs do you got right now, Daniel? Wow, that's big. Okay. Well, if anybody's interested, we get TD Knives and Adventures out up to 50, his first 50 subscriber giveaway. He's giving away a hot tent, folks. This tent is fairly big. Um, it seems to be pretty nice from what I could see of it. I don't see a price on it, but that's okay. Uh, it's a bell tent. It's got a stove jack, 2 center poles. It's freaking big. More than enough for anybody. Wow, that's huge. Um, right now, so far, I've got one suggestion from Rob on the road about finding some kind of bag liner, dry bag, something like that to put in the inside. Um, that's something I could keep. I got to keep in mind. I'll write that down, Rob. Hey, you're getting up there. You're no longer at 13. Now, like I said, I'm going to get the backpack first because I don't know what I'll be able to fit into it. Though, according to backpacking rules, you get all your gear first, then you find the bag to fit it. Now, I'm always been afraid that I was going to run out of money first, so I try to find the bag first, then I could make what I find fit in what I've found. So I plan on getting stuff as I find it. The knife, I would love to find a machete, but that doesn't mean I'm going to find one, because Ian says he's going for another one. So he's building his another bug out bag for himself, and he's going to go big for that. And myself, I want to make sure I can carry it. So there's a wagon going to be involved, but I'm not going to be pulling it. That'll be my wife, Jenny, is going to be pulling the wagon. We actually have it in the trunk. We took it with us over the weekend to carry our gear. I carried my cane in it just in case I needed it. Yep, you got your bag. I generally go for the bag first, but since the bags available at this flea market is going to be completely random, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get something really nice or something really cheesy. Okay. I mean, I generally, you guys seen the little pocket knife that I carry, my Tac Force one, which I paid $5 for. It's a folder, spring assist, and it works great. So that's cool, but it's not technically practical. I prefer one piece blades, preferably full tang. Um, I am partial to the Scandi grind, but Daniel knows that already. That's just a weird thing for me right now. It doesn't mean I haven't used the other kind, but I use whatever I can get my hands on. But I will see what I can find at this thing. It's going to be, I know some good things and I know some bad things. I may see if I can afford it. I can get me a small, cheap fishing kit to go in there. Um, I would love to find a pocket fisherman or something like that um, to fit in there to help for food procurement, for calories. MREs or some kind of backpacking food would be the ideal, but not necessarily be what I can find. So, um, or a neck knife or something along those lines. A folding saw would be perfect. Yeah, but perfection is what I strive for. Reality is what I deal with. And with $100 to get all those items, I would have to spend an average about $10 per item average to get everything I need. And that's only 10 items if I do that. So, well, stranger things have happened there, Rob. Um, One of the things that I'm also going to be looking for is either a tarp, a tent, something along those lines. I'm going to try to stray away from anything that is a uh, emergency mylar tent or anything like that. Even though technically that would be perfectly acceptable for a bug out bag, I like something a little bit more structure. If I could find a sleeping bag to go with it, more so the better. I mean, I found last year for Jenny, I found her a Canadian Tire sleeping bag for $5. Perfectly fine. Now, if I could find everything for $5, that would be ideal. So I'm going to do my best to stretch the money I have, and I'm not going to be able to find everything in a single day because that place is so freaking big. Now, if for those people who have not seen what this place looks like from an overhead view, I will be posting up a picture pretty soon for you guys to get yourself a gander at it. Well, I can understand it. Your skill does not is not cheap there, Daniel. Give me a second here. Sorry, folks. I'm getting the maps up so I can take pictures of them. Yeah. Okay. I've got 3 pictures I am going to show you. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show them all at once, but I will do my best. There is a video. I will not be posting the sound to this video, but you guys will be watching it here in a second. So give me a second here. I'll present it and share it with you guys. Now, this is just an old video of what some of the stuff that goes on. This is how big it actually is. This is just the infield of the track. There are vendors on each side of the track, both inside lane and outside lane, as you can see. That's over 20 acres. That's 20 acres. And it is very crowded. It is very hot. And there's a lot of stuff going on. And along where those trees are is vendors on both sides of this track. There's buildings that are in there, and you're going to find all sorts of things. There's a blacksmith going to be on site. There's at least one gun vendor that I know of. But that's how big it is overall with some of the outbuildings. And yes, that is a Circle 8 track. For those people who are interested, there's generally over 700 vendors at this thing. Daniel, I'm not in a hurry, okay? I told you guys that. Now, I do have some more pictures I'm going to show you. If you give me a second, I will show you in a... So I can find them here. There's just one of the pictures. Here, give me a second here. Yeah, there's each aisle usually has two rows, one on each side of each aisle. And there's usually vendors on both sides of the track along this row here on each side of those, down in here, down this way, and down over here and over here. Basically, it surrounds everywhere. They do have food vendors, but I'm not planning on going to all of those places. Now, this is another one. This is where some of the 700 vendors are going to be. And this is from the outside of the track. All the different vendors that are going to be there. As you can see, that's a heck of a lot of vendors. Hey, Rob, I was just showing off some of the stuff about the upcoming flea market. And it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out. I am gearing myself physically to be able to walk this thing and get as much stuff as I can for the Bug Out Bag Challenge and not come in last like I did last year. Because Ian kicked my butt, and so did Daniel. Sorry, Dan. Herbert T. Outdoors. And it's going to be fun to see how that turns out between all of us. Um, I've got some suggestions from like Rob on the Road about some of the items I should look for. Um, he suggested a bag liner of some kind of thing to help keep it dry, which I'm gonna try to keep my eye out for something that could be used as a bag liner, some kind of trash compactor bag or something similar. I'm hoping to be able to find a backpack with a rain cover, so that would help too. No, I can't guarantee anything until I get there because I have no idea what people are going to have. Um, I am, like I said, I'm going to look for a cutting tool. I'm going to look for some cordage, a container to carry water in, something to um, candle for some kind of candling device, like a lighter or some kind of way of starting fires. Um, some kind of cover, like a tarp or tent or something similar. Um, some kind of cooking utensils, whether it be a canteen, well, even a canteen cup would be something, but a camp kit of some kind, cook set. Um, whether it be military or civilian, I don't know yet. Last year, I found Jenny a Canadian one, Mr. Camper Boy Scout thing. So I have no idea what I'm going to find. Well, I had the of all this the with the kits that both um, Ian put together and the kit that Dan put together. I had the shabbiest kit all overall. They had a more complete kit. Well, if I could find a pack of cards, a maybe a Yahtzee game, maybe I don't know, um, something small that could be carried in there, a cribbage board and some cards, maybe. Um, that's saying that the person that whoever wins the kit when I give it away plays those things, but who knows? Good idea, Rob. I thought something like that. I mean, I actually have found stuff for my bag that because I carry a pack of cards in my bag, um, waterproof cards, no less, which is really nice. Um, but they're not going in anybody else's bag; they're mine. I didn't find them there either, so I'm gonna do my best to acquire the bag, acquire the knife, acquire the containers. I don't know what's going to come up. It could be an Nalgene bottle. It could be a actual camping canteen. I don't know. Preferably some kind of container that we could boil water in for water purification. Um, in extremely lucky cases, who knows? I might find water purification tablets. I have actually found those in something I found a year before then. In another item that I would get, I bought one thing and it had those in the pocket. So it's probable, not likely, but probable. So it's going to be interesting to see what I could come up with. It's going to be to take some scrounging and some haggling because one thing you can do at a flea market, you can haggle, and I'm not as good as haggler as Ian, but you never know. First aid items, good call. Um, I have to keep an eye out for those. I'm always looking for something like that. I mean, um, a lot of the items may or may not be expired or verge of expiring. One year, Ian found a full hazmat suit. Surprisingly enough, still functioning with functioning battery, the whole 9 yards. Um, not sure he bought it for. I'm not sure how much. I think he like paid $20 for it or something. So, I found a convenience. I paid. I found a bicycle for $40. But that wasn't during the challenge. That was a previous one. So I will do my best to find everything I can as much as I can without running out of money. Because once I hit that $100 mark, I am done. Um, and since I am walking slower than everybody else, it may be an interesting challenge just to, find the items I can before they're taken. Repeat that, Daniel. Chat a way to put out fires. Um, like you're talking about like a fire extinguisher or something like that. That's not one of my worries right now. Though fire safety is something someone should have to take care of on their own. Um, Something to cook on, something to cook in would be ideal. Doesn't mean I'm going to find anything. Doesn't mean I'm not. I would love to find a Sterno flat pack stove. Odds are against it, but there's also gods that I could find something too. Because I didn't find mine at this one, but I had found the one I carry at a secondhand store. I think it wasn't a Goodwill, but it was like another secondhand store. And actually, I found two, and Ian got one. I would love to find something like that because you could use it as a twig stove. You could, if you find some kind of alcohol stove or solid fuel thing, you could use it for that. There's a lot of different ways you could use them, but they're multi-versatile. So I'm going to keep my eye out for what I can find, but I have a feeling that both Cornfed and Ian are going to outwalk me in this challenge. So they're going to get to places faster than I am. And so I'm going to have to basically deal with the leftovers. Or I'm going to try to go out of my way to stay wherever they're not so I can go look in my own directions and see what I can do and talk to people and see what I can come up with. Finding a decent bag, finding a decent knife, finding decent containers, and some way to start fires. Last year, I came up with a jar of matches from all over the world. I mean, this must have been 100 different books of matches, boxes of matches. I mean, literally from all around the world. I still have them. Right now they're being used in the kitchen for helping our stove. And we got stuff from Australia. We got some from Scotland, from Russia, from Czechoslovakia, literally all around the world. And that's something from my youth that my parents had on their mantle in the kitchen for we could, use it for lighting our stove. So I will keep my eye out for what I can find. While a Bic lighter would be ideal to find for quick and easy access, not necessarily what I'm going to be able to, get a hold of. I might find an old Zippo. A trench lighter would be nice because it's all those things could be run off of pretty much anything, from perfume to gasoline. But there's no guarantee I'll find one. So I'll keep my eye out for camping items of any kind, backpacking items of any kind, flashlight, pretty much any kind. If I have enough at the end of the day, when my money's out, to get some radios, like for communication, that'll be put on my list. But I can't. If I find trench lighters, I'll be lucky as hell. Because Ian usually finds them first. He's got a collection. He's got an Austrian one that's really freaking cool. He picked it up for free, of all things, at a local flea market in Des Moines at the state fairgrounds a while back. It took him some while to get it. He tore it all down, cleaned it up, got it all working because it was all locked up, and a little 3-in-1 oil and a lot of elbow grease. He got that thing working. He replaced the flint for it and added more fuel. And by the way, Ian found a bunch of Zippo lighter fluid at Walmart when they stopped selling it. Apparently, they found a whole case of it in the back and they started selling it. I acquired a case of it, a can of it, because Ian used up the last one I had. I can't say roll for Ian because he's on his own. Hey, bud. Come here, please. Someone made a request for you. He's coming. I'll ask him.
What is it?
Rob on the Road has a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay. He was okay, you know how you like looking for trench lighters, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's looking for one. Now, I know you find them on the regular.
Not trench lighters. Regular lighters, yes. Not trench. I haven't seen a trench lighter in months.
Well, no, you got that one from Austria.
That's not even counted as one. It's just
that was a free one you got.
That was a cigarette lighter.
Still a trench lighter.
Nope, doesn't. It's not in the category.
It is in the category. That was a trench lighter. I verified it. But it wasn't a designer trench lighter, but that's what it was used in the trenches for. So it's a windproof lighter.
No, it's not.
It is.
The trench lighter.
And can you do me one more thing when you're in here?
No.
Please.
Nope. That's not counted as one. I looked it up.
I call this is what I call a trench lighter.
It's a cigarette lighter. It doesn't have the flint in it.
I thought you replaced the flint.
I had to take it out and use it for my other one.
So we're gonna have to pick you up some flint. It doesn't have a flint in it right now, but
Or a wick properly.
I thought you replaced all that.
No. All of it's original still.
Okay. Okay, this one here is from Austria.
Yeah, it's just a cigarette lighter.
It's from the MCO Triplex Junior,
which is a cigarette company.
but it's patented made in Austria. But I would call that a trench lighter. What about you, Rob?
Mm-mm.
He doesn't call it a trench lighter. I do.
I know my specifications.
Well,
you class things wrong anyways.
I'm asking what Rob thinks, so bear with me here. Okay?
It's time to do the research on it.
All I was going to have you do is take the heater and turn it from on to auto. That's all. That's it.
I don't really need the heat on.
Well, the thing is, I was cold before. Now I'm not. What do you guys think? I don't know if you guys will be able to read this or not. I can't.
That's all degraded. It's not going to be able to see on the camera.
Yeah, it's too blurry.
Anyways.
We're both wrong. That is in fact a pipe lighter.
I call it a cigarette lighter. That's what I was
But
asked for.
it needs a new wick and a new flint. But it did work. I did see it work. So we're gonna have to get him some new things. Thank you. Yep. Is that a 6800 bud at the bottom?
No, it's 6600.
6600?
Yeah.
Or is it a 6700?
6600.
It's a 6600. Not a 67 or 68. He got it for free. Because it was seized up. Ian.
No, it wasn't.
Said it was. The guy couldn't get it to work.
Yeah, he didn't have a flint in it.
Because he couldn't get it to turn. Flash.
Because there was no wick, you can't turn it. Well, no flint.
Yeah. But this one was a 6600.
Wait. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a new push.
I'm freezing up here, folks. Give me a second. I'm not sure what's going on.
Yeah, you damaged it. Look.
Should have.
No, the pusher. It can no longer.
Oh, They said those will run on gasoline.
I know.
So that's a good. It's a
I've
good.
used gasoline in this.
So that would technically be a good find for a bug out bag. Because that if that can run off gasoline, that's a good find. Yeah, that's a 6600. Oh, Ian got it for free. It's not much. It doesn't cost much or anything like that. It's the junior model. But it's a cool looking thing. If that it runs on gasoline, that's cool. That's all that matters. So that I mean, he found that one at a flea market in Des Moines. Like I said, for some reason he got it for free, and we thought it was a trench lighter, which is it's not, but it's cool nonetheless. So we'll be looking for things like that. Zippo lighters, that kind of. If I could find another one of those, that'd be great. Trench lighters would be the ideal, but not technically an option. Bic lighters, even used ones, would be better than nothing. Well, that's good to know, Rob. So if I could find another one of those, awesome. Like I said, with 700 vendors, that's a lot of time to go through. I mean, even if I get through half of them in a day, I'll be lucky. So it's going to be interesting to see what we can come up with, what we can find, keep it within our $100 budget, and all that kind of fun stuff. It's going to be interesting. And I do know that Rob Cornfed's bag is going to be different from my bag, which is going to be different from Ian's bag. Hey, CR. Going over some of the specifications of some of the stuff that we're going to try to find for the bug out bag challenge coming up in a couple weeks. I'm going to do my darndest to get everything together for that. Make sure I have enough gas to get to and from, pay for my campsite, pay for my food, my entry into the flea market itself on Saturday, and my food for the two campsites for the couple of days we're going to be there, and everything. And it's going to be interesting to see how it all turns out. Now, I may not get all the C items that I want to get, but I'm trying to get the bare bones basics at the very least. And as far as I know, I will. It is a couple weeks out, so I can't really say either way. I am going to check out. It seems to be about 68 degrees Saturday and Sunday at the moment. That's just the forecast. So I'm going to leave it at that. It's going to be interesting to see what it comes up to be and everything else. Low at night is going to be about 47 degrees, so it'll still be on the little chilly side. I'm hoping that everything's going to be good. I'm trying to find the pack liner like you suggested there, Rob. I'm going to try to find a decent knife. Finding another one of those lighters would be ideal because, like you said, it can be run off gasoline, which is a bonus in a bug out bag. Now, I would probably add one item, if I can find one, is a flash drive of some kind. And before anybody asks, it's for your critical information. That is a C item, which is like your insurance, your titles, your driver's licenses, birth certificates, all that kind of thing. I'm on Instagram, Ground Fog. I don't think I've ever used RIT dye, Ground Fog, so I'm gonna have to look. I'm not really familiar with that. To be honest, I have not. My skills are limited in those areas. Hey, J&J, how you doing? Glad you can make it. Odds of me finding a Faraday bag would be slim to none at this particular event. I mean, a flash drive would be something somebody would find, which is a bunch of computer stuff. I might be able to find some computer stuff with an old flash drive. Not sure, but I'll keep an eye out for what I can find. But I am on Instagram, Kincaid67 on Instagram, just to let you know. Basically, my last name up there with a 67 on Instagram. Hey, been there, done that, Ground Fog. I've been foggy myself, so I understand completely. Jay, got a question for you. What would you like to see in a bug out bag if you have to build one from a flea market? What would be one of your suggestions? I've gotten suggestions for lighters. I've got suggestions for pack liners. I got suggestions for a lot of different things. So I'm going to be on the lookout through 700 vendors, 700 plus vendors, depending on where it is, to put a complete bag together for $100. I will say this bag by me will be given away to one of you guys out there. I don't know who it's going to be yet. I don't know what it's going to contain until after this is over. I will go over the contents after I get back home later the week after this event. So I can't guarantee what it's going to be. So your guess is as good as mine. And it also depends on my physical capabilities because I am still recovering from surgery. Now, I am bicycling 15 minutes a day on a stationary bike every day, as well as going to physical therapy twice a week. I will find out more, hopefully, before the end of the week, by the end of the month. I did not know that, CR. That is good to know. Like I said, they do. You could find pretty much everything at this thing. I've seen cars for sale, motorcycles, firearms, blacksmith item because there's a live blacksmith on site. I've found tents, bicycles, backpacks, fishing gear, bows. I've seen survival kits been bought, military gear of various shapes and sizes. I've seen so many different things. It's just a matter of me getting everything I need for that $100 price. So it's going to be my best deal to get to more places than that guy right there, my boy, because he basically goes off at a run. Tarp. I will see what about finding a tarp. I did have a tarp initially for Jenny last year, but my tarp was very ragged and it ended up falling apart. So I ended up replacing hers with a tent, with a bivy tent of all things, which she gave away to Herbert T. It was for a battle box bivy tent, which I picked up for $5. Nope. Nope. I was actually at Lou. I was actually at a Renaissance Fair over the weekend. I came in first in showmanship, which is second place overall. I won. I actually the first few minutes, a little bit of this live, I was actually showing off what I won. I mean, there's trinkets, granted, but they're treasures, which I will treasure them. I mean, if you guys want to see what I mean, I will show you guys again some of the items that I picked up from when I won. I did win with the items I got. This is an iridescent rose. Everything's translucent, including the rose itself. I got some D&D dice, a little mini dragon, a sticker of a dragon. Got a couple stones. It's like a D&D dice. A little toy dragon. Some little crystal plastic thingies. I have no idea. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I did. I'm showing you. I'll show you. I got me a sword. I think it's like He-Man sword. Got a little He-Man thing. I don't know if I will use this as a letter opener or whatever. It's just a plastic 3D printed thing. I forgot to show you guys this earlier. But it's kind of cool, I think. Roll a D20. Okay, give me a second. It comes in this little, bag here. Okay. There's my 20. As you can see, there's a 20. Dang, I rolled a 3. Ooh, better than that roll. That was a 1. And this one here, I got a little token. It's a little felt looking bag. I got a little Ren Fair token from the Ames Renaissance Fair. Something simple, wood burned, nothing fancy. I know it doesn't look like much, but they're treasures. I got a little piece of rose quartz, which Molly has claimed, which I'll have it, get it to the mail in her as soon as I am able to send some more mail down that way. Then it came in this little box. I know, kind of cheesy. Everybody who wants something got stuff like that. Oh, and last but definitely not least, my little dragon sticker, which I'm going to be adding to my computer, back up my computer with my rest of my stickers. Nah, I'm not a jouster, so I'm an archer, Lou. Plain and simple. I actually shoot a 100-pound bow with my little mini dragon. Okay, is this an English dragon or is this a Welsh dragon? Rob, you let me know. I think this looks like a combination of either one. I'm not sure. He's got both wings, see, as you can see. It's kind of hard to tell. And these little jewels, nothing, think they're plastic. They're simple plastic. I know it's not much, but they look like little diamonds. Got 3 of those. Beautiful. Okay, that's cool. I actually get a kick out of the little thing here. Like I said, it'd probably make a really good little letter opener. It's not very sharp. It's plastic. It looks like He-Man sword. I got my picture taken a lot, which is one of the pictures that you saw. I had my picture taken about 20 to 30 times from various people. And I didn't really do much. I couldn't draw my bow. I couldn't pull an arrow out or anything like that. I did pose a lot. So, yep, there's my dice. And Jenny's iridescent rose, which is, like I said, pretty cool. I didn't buy anything for myself the entire day. I hung out with friends, drank water, just had fun, basically. The Master Sword Mini version. Yep, definitely CR. It's not much. I mean, it doesn't. I mean, yes, they're trinkets, but for the work I put into it, I mean, I literally made a bowstring the day before out of paracord of all things. The inner strands versions, folks, just the inner strands. I even put serving string on it and everything, just because I wanted to be more authentic, because I like authentic. I was going to a Ranger Apprentice Halt vibe thing. If anybody knows what that is, which I'm listening to on my audiobooks right now. So I have a cane out there, which is like, it's a little shillelagh looking thing that you can partially see in the thumbnail, which is really cool. But that's it. Jenny said she had fun, which was cool. Ian did not go. He chose to stay home. Jenny and I actually were the second couple in. We got in for free because we were veterans. They were doing a free veterans for free thing. So it cost us next to nothing to be there. Jenny did buy a few trinkets, and out of the blue, this one girl we barely met, dressed as a wizard. I mean, full on Presto from Dungeons and Dragons, with stars and big conical hat and wizard robe, gave Jenny an owl necklace, which was totally stunning. Made, Jenny's day, because I mean, Jenny was beautiful anyway. And yeah, she had a little girl gave me a little blue marble as well, with a little fairy thing, which is really freaking cool. And I just, got to hang out with some friends. I sold one of my bows for some silver. That's an idea there, Lou. I would see that. I could definitely see that. I think it'd be better for like summer sausage. I'm not much on the eating straight cheese kind of guy, but grapes and summer sausage I could see. It could be a mage there, CR. I don't know. She was cute. She was a cute little thing that just made Jenny's day, which made me very happy for Jenny, because Jenny's face, and she just glowed. Didn't you, love?
Yes.
Do you have your necklace? Can I show them? If you would bring it to me, I'd greatly appreciate it. Hey, Ian, when you get out, could you get the necklace from Mom so I could show the people on my live, please? No, when you're done, not before. Okay? That would be messy. But, Ian will be bringing it to me where we could show it off to you. Well, our house is really small. I mean, literally the bathroom's like right there. And my Jenny and my bedroom is just down the hall. This is a small World War II track home, not very big. So we got 2 bedrooms up here and another bedroom downstairs. So, hey, Mayor, how you doing? I seen those before. Those are pretty cool. I didn't get very much, I mean, prize-wise, but I'm okay with that. I mean, they didn't have a lot of archery stuff. I did see a few vendors that were selling flip-napped stones and stuff that were in the shape of arrowheads. Not actual flint or chert or anything, which I would prefer, or even obsidian, which would be even better, but saw quite a few of those. We do have walkie-talkies, but we're not that far apart from each other. I mean, I'm literally less than 20 feet from his bedroom door. And we could talk in a regular voice and we could still hear each other. Now, as a kid, I did live in a house that did have intercoms, which was really cool, push button intercoms. But that was when I was like 6 or so. 10-4, good buddy. No, communication would be something for the flea market challenge. If I could find a set of walking talkies or something like that, that would be cool. Not necessarily practical because the money situation, that would be like less down the line of the items I would pick up, but that'd be something I could look for. Definitely cup and string distance. But I'm a dad, so dad communication is I yell at Ian, Ian yells at me, and that kind of thing. And Jenny yells at both of us. But Jenny and I had a blast. Hey, love, what else did you get at the fair? So she got 2 owl necklaces. One was given to her. Didn't you get some stones or something? A 3D printed owl. Ian got a little. Was this 3D printed or was that one crocheted? Ian got a 3D printed keychain of a fox. I've got a 19-year-old boy, Mayor, so I understand completely. Who's very opinionated in his stance. If you didn't hear the conversation about the lighter that we have, that he has, that's just the way it is. But that's how we communicate. Her name is Jenny Lou. We will see her treasures in a moment. Ian is indisposed in the facilities right now, and as soon as he is free, he will go retrieve them and show them. I'll show them off. I did buy Ian the fox keychain for $5, and that's the only money I've actually spent that day. Oh, my card. That's perfectly fine, Lou. You're doing good. We definitely had a hoot. I mean, for me, it's been a while since I've been to a fair because last year I pretty much stayed indoors, didn't do much because I couldn't walk. This year I'm walking a little better. My endurance sucks. I'm working on that. So I've got a couple more weeks of doing that to get my endurance up where I can do some I want to get back into the backpacking stuff. I do have one revelation that I did come across just yesterday. That's not likely going to happen there, CR. I went to my local park that I've been planning on doing some bushcraft stuff at, and I found out that they have taken out the bathrooms where they used to be in the area I was going to go and moved it a mile away from the primitive camp area altogether, forcing people to either get in their cars and drive a mile to go to the bathroom or walk that far, which is totally inconvenient if you have little kids who say they have to go to the bathroom now. So that is, and they don't have a plan to replace it, which is really stupid. And they had water, and they changed it for they don't accept cash anymore because our local auditor said, "Oh, we don't want you handling cash anymore because we're afraid that someone's gonna misappropriate it." But there's been no issues with that particular park at all in the entirety that it's been in its existence. Yep. That's one thing bad about where I'm at right now because I'm adjacent to the restroom. The thing is, they're expecting people to have access to QR codes and all this other stuff. And I'm thinking about the low income families who just want to get away for the evening, for the weekend or something with their kids.
Hey, Mr. Hopeless, here you go.
Thank you. Which one did she give you, huh? The one with the chain or the other one? Okay. This is the one that was given to her. Sorry, it's got a clear stone with looks like it almost looks like a moon. So that's kind of cool. With a metal chain. Just came up to her and gave it to her. I can't remember the girl's name, but it looks like the moon. Jenny bought this one for herself. Josie. Okay. Her name was Josie. And this is one that Jenny bought herself. Now, it does have jewels for eyes. What color are the eyes on your owl, hun? Oh, let me see here. I got to get my flashlight out. I can't tell. Literally, I have no idea what they are. I can't tell if they're blue or black. But this one's it does have a little bit of chain on it. But yeah, that's the one Jenny bought for herself, which is really cool. I don't know if it's made out of anything. It's got a stone. This is stone right here. This whole thing back here, that's all one piece of stone. That's kind of cool. And the other one, let's see if I can get the picture on this one here. Yeah, this one here is like really gold colored. Sorry, it's kind of hard to tell. It just reflects really well. This is just brass colored. But Josie gave that to Jenny, and that's really nice of her. First time I only talked to her the girl a couple times, and she's just a lovely girl. And Jenny made out like a bandit. Didn't you, love?
Yep.
Right now, Jenny is resting because she pulled something in her back. So she's on some medicated patches as well as muscle relaxers right now. So she will not be on screen like she normally is. This is my Olight. This is the Olight i3T EOS from Olight. It's less than $20. I got this is like my fourth one, just to be honest. I got the original one I had from Cliff, lost it, found it, lost it again, bought another one, lost that. Bought another one, lost that. Bought another one, found both the other two that I lost previously, but not the one that Cliff got me. So I've got 3 of these. So yeah. Yep, AAA batteries. I prefer these over rechargeables because it's easier to carry more of these than it is to carry some way to recharge my flashlight in the middle of the night. If I have to do a heavy use of a rechargeable and it decides to die on me for one reason or another, then I'm screwed. If this decides to die on me, I just get rid of the battery, put a new battery in, and I'm good to go. It's fairly waterproof. I actually had one of these things go through the wash, and it still worked. That's true, CR. So, I mean, for $20, you can either get these on Amazon or Olight site. Hey, Doug, how you doing, brother? Glad you can make it. That's pretty cool there, Mayor. What particular brand is that? Now, I got mine off of Amazon. I carry it around my neck because when I was first I first got out of surgery here at home, I'd be have to sleep in this chair because I had to keep my leg elevated. They actually have a really nice Olight on Amazon for less than $20. See if I can find it, how much I paid for it. Yeah, back in December, I bought one, and was the last one I bought for $14.39 right now for the same exact one on Amazon. And I like I said, it's a really easy flashlight to work with. Spud Rob. I've heard about that Spud Light. If anybody has seen that one movie with Meatloaf where he could fix anything, and he makes a battery out of potatoes and lemons and beer. Not sure if you guys heard about that one, but I've seen Spud Light in a episode of Parker Lewis Can't Lose once. Just don't fry it. Hey, fried potatoes are good. You know that. Well, the odds of us having lemons and pickles in a bug out bag is going to be slim to none. Unless you like carrying a jar of pickles with you. Though the pickle brine might work. Who knows? Pickle brine, a couple of copper pennies. The real copper pennies, not the zinc things they got now. That might be something you might want to consider. Now, I don't know how well that would charge a battery or anything like that. But I'd still take a couple of a pack of AAA batteries with me wherever I go. Now, this is not the only flashlight I carry. I do have a headlamp that takes 3 of these, but it's a good little headlamp. It works. This thing's got two modes. Got high and low. Low and high. So I like that one because I could put it on my hat. That way it could be totally hands-free. If I don't want to wear a headlamp, that is. But I will let you know if your battery has been going too long and it's starting to get low, it will start flashing on its own because this thing doesn't flash normally. Now, I do have another flashlight, which I did pick up in this case, I'm not sure if it's in this one or not. This is for another one of my challenges for a Temu challenge. And this flashlight right here, I paid like $7 for this little kit. But this one's got high, low, and flash. But also it could do this. I was going to put on low. I could zoom with it. I can make it big. I can make it small. It's got a really good beam. This one takes a double A. Now I cannot do the same as I do with my Olight. I can't attach it to my hat, but it does have everything I need on it, which is cool. And no, I will not accidentally find this thing at the flea market. Yeah, I love the clip on this one right here. Because like I said, I can put it on my hat if I want to. Like that. So I generally wear my baseball cap anyway. So that's the way I do it. Well, I can understand that. We were actually discussing a lighter that Ian found. It's turned out to be a pipe lighter from Austria. It's the IMCO something Junior 6600, and it can be run off of gasoline, which is a bonus for a lighter in my book. I do have a flash headlamp that does red flash. I don't have blue. It's got high, low flash, red flash, solid red. That's my headlamp. I acquired it years ago after something that Tyler Woods put out a video for, and I picked one. I bought what I thought was one. I ended up getting two. I gave one to Ian, so I carry one with me in my backpack every day. So I just got to remember to keep some batteries in there, which I plan to duct tape shut, so they'll stay. They won't short out on me. Who knows, Rob? It's possible. Now, a simple flashlight is going to be pretty simple. I would love to find a emergency radio or something like that at the flea market. Because I've found them before, small versions. Jenny's got one in her bag. I've got a bigger version on my shelf over here, which is really nice. I picked up that one at an estate sale for $4, but it's an Eaton radio. It's got the solar panel. You can charge it off from a wall. You can use it to charge your phone. It's a weather radio. It's a AM FM radio, that kind of thing. Got a flashlight on there. Got a red flash on there. All that. Now, if I could find one of those there, that would be a coup, which that means portable power of some kind. So that's an option, possibly. Yep, got weather band on it. But that would also be a candling device technically, because it's all I have to do is crank it up and it works. So I don't have any batteries in it. It does have some online batteries. I was considering about updating the size of the battery in it to a larger size if I could find it. As long as the connector fits and the whole thing would fit in the battery compartment, that's all I care about. Something with a little bit more amperage, watt hours, so it'll last a little longer. But I know where to go. I just haven't actually done it yet. There's no guarantee they would actually have it, but got to try. Wishful thinking kind of thing. But I'm not going to be jumping around grabbing stuff and showing you guys this time. But I'm going to do my best to acquire as much stuff as I physically can for the $100 that I do have. In an ideal world, I would have more time to research and figure out who's got what, that kind of thing. But every day, they're going to have like over 2,000 visitors plus going through this place, and they're buying stuff just like I am. So they may not be always going for the same things I am, but with all the outbuildings and the inside track, the outside track, and the 8 lanes that are both sides, plus the freestanding vendors and stuff like that, there's so much for me to go through to try to build the stuff I need. And Ian's going to be doing the same thing. Cornfed's going to be doing his same thing. And hopefully, if everything goes well, I will come out with a bug out bag at the end of the day, at the end of the weekend. That's true, CR. It may take a little longer to top off, but once it does, that's the bonus. I mean, if you need it for a flashlight, you'll have a flashlight for longer. If you need it for listening to the radio, if there's a weather coming in, you'll know at least know the weather reports, that kind of thing. Emergency radios are I like them, to be honest. I've got several. I got 2. Jenny's got one. I got one. Ian's got a couple. It's those simple crank radios. He's got the smaller version. I've got the bigger version. Not the newest one, but it works. Right. So I'm going to hopefully see what I can find. Tarp is the minimum. A tent is the ideal. Some kind of major cover, some cordage, some matches of some kind of cutting tool, whether it be a straight knife or saw or a combination of both. Some kind of cook kit, some kind of metal container I can boil water in if needed be. An idea would be a water filter. Odds would be against it, but who knows? So I know where I want to go. I have this one vendor is usually in the same area every year. So I'm going to have to work my butt off and walk as fast as I physically can to get to that location and see what he's got. If I can get one of his backpacks really right away, it may be a military backpack. Who knows? You're going to have to wait and see. So, and I'm going to try to put in as much as I can into that bag to make it worth someone trying to win. And I will let you know, in order to even have an attempt to win this, you must be a member, a follower, obviously, subscriber. You have to be, put your name in at one of the videos before I do the giveaway. I will put a code word that you have to give me to let me know that you have seen the entire video. And no, I'm not going to be putting it in the end of the video because that'd be just too easy to zip to the end and say that's it. Somewhere in the middle of that video, I will mention it, and you're going to have to figure out, remember what that word is, if you're interested. And also, I will have to say this: I will have to restrict it to the continental United States because of the current tariffs and everything else about mailing stuff in and out of the United States to like to Canada or England or anything like that. Which I'm sorry for CR and Rob. Though I still have some stuff for you, Rob. I do got your bivy tents, which I still have to get to you. Okay, folks. I am starting to get tired. I told you I probably wouldn't make it to 2 hours. But if anybody has any questions about the bug out bag thing coming up or any of the items I acquired at the thing, or do you want to see the picture that I, wore for the outfit of the thing? So So be well, everybody. I hope everybody has a decent evening and a better tomorrow. Be well, be safe. I love you guys all. And I will be out here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.